Welcome back to We Connect. We're right here with Mr. Ashwani Kumar, who's the director of CBI. We're going to carry on this very, very interesting discussion. So I'm going to get a little personal here now. Are you enjoying your tenure as the director of CBI?
I've been in the police service for the last 37 years.
But the CBI?
When I joined the police service, I will answer your question.
Yes, please.
When I joined the police service, I did not appear for IAS. I only appeared for IPS. And I wanted to be only in the IPS.
Hardcore policeman,
Yes. And I've enjoyed every bit of it. And being in the top position, it was just out of the blue I got it, and with God's grace and goodwill of people like you and others, yes, I've enjoyed every bit of it. And I've done what is right, what is truthful. I have not cared whether it has pleased somebody, because my intention was not to please or displease also. I guarded against displeasing people, but the intention was to do my job in a professional manner and not do it to gain any publicity or to gain any post-retirement jobs.
Right.
No, that has never been mine.
Right. It's a tough job to be the head of the CBI,
Yes, it is,
in this country, an awfully tough job. How does one cope? I mean, if you look back, can I ask, it must be tough.
It is a tough job if you are wanting to please too many people. But if you are only wanting to stick to your professional conduct and professional way, then I don't think it is a tough job.
It's what they say about, of course, these top positions, how you handle it. You have had some CBI directors from the Tamil Nadu cadre over the years, quite a few. That's pretty good going, don't you think?
Yes, one of the famous ones, he also was Mr. F.V. Arul. And he was the CBI, he was the number 2 CBI
Please, you're talking about my father-in-law here, and I'm getting a bit nervous about this.
No.
But
he was there as the CBI director for 3 years. And after that, he became Director General or Inspector General of Tamil Nadu Police. Then we have had, in fact, I owe my induction into the CBI to a Tamil Nadu police officer,
Really?
Dr. Raghavan.
Oh, yes.
When he was the director CBI in 2000, he selected me. I had to appear for an interview before him, and he was responsible for my induction. Then we had Mr. Karthikeyan, a very famous Tamil Nadu police officer, who was also the head of the investigation team, which went into the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. And we had Mr. C.V. Narasimhan. He was secretary of the police commission, and he was also the director of CBI. So we have had 4 excellent officers from Tamil Nadu police who were directors of CBI. So I'm very proud that they were my predecessors, and God has given me this opportunity to occupy the same seat which they occupied at one time.
Right. In your own career, let me ask, which would you say were the most important cases that you were responsible for detecting?
In the recent past, I will say, was this Satyam corporate scam. It was a scam which was new of its kind, and CBI had not handled this kind of scam. Earlier in 1992, there was the Harshad Mehta financial and share scam, securities scam, but this was the first corporate scam, and it involved 7,800 crore rupees, and we had a very big name who was very respected not only in India but abroad, and we had to investigate this case in 46 days flat. We investigated, and multidisciplinary investigation team was constituted, which had lawyers, which had forensic experts, it had officers from the income tax, customs, and from the enforcement directorate. We had cost accountants, we had chartered accountants. So it was a team of about 64 officers. They worked 24 hours, and they were able to complete this investigation in record time.
Right, 46 days is very short time.
Very short for such a big scam, and it involved international investigation.
Indeed. And now our Prime Minister has also been talking about actually reducing the amount of time that is spent investigating cases. So do you think that the demand he's making or the suggestion he's putting forth is actually feasible?
He's very right. He has hit the nail on the head. CBI was always criticized for taking too long in investigation. CBI always enjoyed the confidence of the people when they said they do a very thorough job in investigation. They feel that CBI is a professional organization as far as investigation is concerned. But they always criticize the CBI for taking too long. So the Prime Minister laid down a criteria that 1 year should be the outer limit for completion of investigations. He has also suggested that 2 years should be the time limit for trial of cases. More important, may I tell you, in all important cases, CBI has completed the investigation in 1 year flat, whether it is Ayodhya or Ruchika or any case you name, Assam bomb blasts, all the big cases, Bombay bomb blast. Within 1 year, investigations were completed and put in court. But the courts take a lot of time. I have cases which are 20 years old pending in court, for which you can't blame the CBI. In fact, CBI is not responsible for that. It is the judiciary, it is our legal system and the courts. Therefore, the Prime Minister has said he would like that CBI courts should dispose of cases within 2-year time frame.
So the Prime Minister's request or suggestion is not unrealistic to your mind?
Prime Minister never makes a request. His request is order for us. We
well,
have to
you
obey
have to obey the order.
Yes.
But with your limited amount of people, I mean, you were talking about cost accountants, you were talking about lawyers, you were talking about a whole gamut of people. So you have to source these people from outside.
Yes, because you know, in these professionals, especially cybercrime,
yes,
the technology changes, operating systems
absolutely
change, software change, new softwares come. So if we employ somebody on a permanent basis, after some time he'll have to be put to retraining. It's better to employ somebody on contract basis. Same thing is happening in the legal field these days. All the good lawyers who are selected by the CBI and who are the brightest, after 4 or 5 years they leave the CBI for greener pastures. So now we are thinking of recruiting lawyers also on contract. We are recruiting people of cyber experts and cost accountants, chartered accountants. It will be incorrect for the CBI to employ a chartered accountant permanently for a period of 30 years. For example, forensic examination in laboratories. If I have a laboratory which is excellent in Hyderabad for doing DNA, another laboratory is there which is there in London for doing some other work of forensics. So I should be allowed financially and by the government to approach the best laboratory, whether it is in London, USA or in India. So that kind of regime we think we will develop in the next 2 to 3 years, so that CBI can become a world-class organization.
Right. I'm going to ask you one final question. When your organization has to interact overseas, what's the kind of acceptance that there is for our country's leading investigating agency?
As far as CBI and as far as our individuals are concerned, we enjoy the respect at the international field. But the problem starts coming in with our legal system, because our legal system is based on the 1872 Evidence Act. The Indian Penal Code is 1861. Our rules are rather old.
Archaic, really?
Yes, I didn't want to use that word.
Yes.
You have used that word. Yes. So we need to improve, make our criminal justice system more efficient. Even today, there is a distrust of the CBI. The CBI officer recording your statement in a case will not request you to sign that statement. So when we take the statement to a court in London or to a court in US, the judge asks us, where is the signature of Madam Arul on this statement?
Right.
So we told the judge that, sir, in India there is a law that we don't take signature. Then he said, okay, again he went through the statement, and at the end he said, whose signature are these? So we said, these are the signatures of the police officer who recorded the statement. He says, no, I want to know where is the signature of the witness who has given. We said, so such kind of laws, they hamper our, otherwise, whenever we interact with the FBI officers, we interact with the Interpol
yes,
and Scotland Yard, they feel that Indian officers, in fact, many of them are very impressed with the Indian brains, the professionals, yes.
And I'm sure that our police officers, yourself included, are second to none. And on that note, I'd like to thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
I appreciate your time very much indeed. Well, that's all we have time for on Reconnect. But of course, remember that NDTV Hindu, this is your channel. And so join us every week as we bring you the most interesting people, people who are in our city, people who are passing through. Stay right there with us. We'll be back. Goodbye for now.